Hey family, how you guys doing? I know I have not been on here to do a full-fledged rant like I usually do, but I said I must do that on today. Let me first start off by saying today is Wednesday. I believe it is the 10th of October. It is a little after, let me see, it's 1:58 in the PM. Cheaters is on my TV. It's getting ready to go off. And I really don't know why I watched that show. I just, you know, it's interesting, and I think for a lot of you guys, just like you guys watching my channel, um, it takes the highlight off of what's going on in your life to focus on some issues that's pertinent in somebody else's. And so, I have to say right now, my relationship status is good. No issues, no worries, no situations. Um, but from time to time, I do watch Cheaters, and the TV is so flooded with "You Not the Father," and you got caught up with the decoy in the back, and that's all that's real in the TV now, and that makes for daytime TV and entertainment and ratings. And ratings is pretty much what it's all about, is to get ratings. And they want people to come on their show and act a fool, and all that stuff for ratings. Um, wow. There's so many things that my mind is beginning to race as I sit here, because there's so many things that I tend to want to talk about or discuss. Oh, okay, that's the neighbor. I was looking like, okay, who is this? Okay, the neighbor. And family is I don't know which route I want to take with this. There's so much shit that once I begin to speak, it's like a whole bunch of topics start coming to my dome, and it's all going down in this funnel, and it's like it's so many things that's overlapping the top, but it funnels down, and it's only so much information you can actually get out. First, let me say that the episode that I attended for the Ricky Lake show will air tomorrow. Here in California, the first running show, the new running show, is at 3 o'clock, and it is channel 13, I believe, which is, let me go back. KT, no, is that KTLA? No, KTLA is channel 11. Channel 13 is My 13, which is sister stations to, that's like the LA local stations. Like we have our locals, which is 5, 9, 11, and 13. Those are not the major that's not like CBS here, out of the LA area. CBS is channel 2, NBC is channel 4, channel 5 is KTLA, channel 7 is ABC, channel 9 is KCAL, channel 11 is KT, no, what is that? Fox. Fox is channel 11. And channel 13 and Fox are sister stations, and it's called My 13. So right now on My 13, which is 2 o'clock, Judge Alex is on. Let me go down. Let me see what else is popping. Okay, Wendy is on channel 11 right now. Oh, okay. Right here in Kenny City, because his city is different from mine, even though we're about a mile away from each other. But there was a young boy got hit by a car. I don't understand what the hell him and old girl was doing, walking around at that time of night in the first damn place. His ass was like, he was like in his 20s, though he looked like he was down there in his 30s. Anyway, she was a 16-year-old girl, and his ass is like in his late 20s, okay? What the hell was they doing walking around at dark 30? I'm talking about like 2 o'clock in the morning. They walking around talking about they was going to the store. What the hell was he doing with this 16-year-old child? Second of all is, where the shit is her mom and them to have her out walking the streets with some grown-ass man and you 16? You know, that enough for me is like, what the hell? You know, it's one of them. So I'm not understanding that. And it was a hit and run situation. So it's just it's just kind of sad. You know, there's so much shit going on. I see, what's his dude name, Sandusky or whatever, he got sentenced yesterday. And it's like, you know, people are being preyed upon. And it's a lot of people are preying upon the weak, the innocent, the handicapped, and our children. And I think that it is sad right now. I think the shit that's going on is ridiculous, you know. And just like, you know, with this prejudicial debate and all this kind of stuff, you know, a lot of it is, you know, people are out here. Let me also say, I am a Democrat. Let me say that I am a Democrat. I am pro-Obama. I am not voting for Barack because he is a black man. I am voting for President Obama for re-election is because he is a brilliant man. Let me say that. This man is sharp. Now, I know a lot of people were talking about, you know, he's showing a little sense of weakness during this last debate, but no, I don't see that. I see that it was strategic to kind of fall back and allow this man here to prey upon the weak that's not really knowing what's going on. That's just, you know, in it just to say, you know what, I'm a Republican or whatever, and I'm just going to follow him because, you know, he's a businessman or whatever the get down is on what people's rhyme or reasons for voting for whomever. But Barack, he was poised. And I mean, from time to time, you can look at him on the screen and he would smile and look away. And then, you know, he listened at this fool and he just look away and he just grinned. I mean, he was so poised and collected. Like, he was like, you know what? He ain't even ready. I'm going to let him get his best shit out right now, because on this second round, I'm going to get that ass, and I'm going to get that ass with facts. And those of you guys that do not follow the government and follow what's going on in the world, politics you must. And especially as you begin to get older, you're having children, you're in relationships, whatever the case, you need to know what is going on in this world. It's more to just, okay, well, right here on TV, I'm watching the BET hip hop whoop whoop whoop, and I'm getting ready to go over here, you know, go partying with such and such, and yeah, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna kick it, and you know, smoke an eighth of weed with my partner. It's more than just that's going on in this world, and I ask that you guys get versed. Yes, me. You know, I can't push my belief and my value system on everybody else because I am a news watcher. Like right now, I got it on KCAL News, nigga. I'm subject to watch news all fucking day because why? I like to know what's going on. I like to know which way the hell I need to run and get mine in case some shit pop the fuck off. Oh, okay, they said a tsunami done jumped off in Japan. Okay. Well, guess what, nigga? That's off the Pacific. Okay, that means that we got to go westbound. We finna go up. We finna go northwest. We getting ready to get the hell up out of here because anything that's southern is water. So I just like to be versed on what's going on in the world, and I ask that you guys really get your ass down there and vote, but know what you're voting for. You understand what I'm saying? Know what you're voting for. And see, when I got to the age that I was able to vote, you know, my parents always instilled in us, well, if you don't know which way to vote, all you got to do is go down and listen. Everything that say Democrat, boom, that's what you vote for. You know, because pretty much Democrats are for the people. Now that I'm older, you know, I do kind of try to know the background of some of the propositions or the people that are running. I like to know a little bit about what's going on before I just, you know, sign and say, okay, well, yeah, you know, I count mine or whatever. I like to kind of know, but then there's times when you don't know. And when there's cases when I don't know who this judge is that's running, then I'll read a little bit about their background, and then that will give me, not to say that's the best way of doing it, but that's my strategy. Is the fact that I'm always voting for teachers, homemakers, women that are homemakers. I'm always voting for nurses, that type of thing. Businessmen, I don't really par too well with them because their life is primarily about business. It's a business move. They are people that a lot of times they're not as communicable as people that are for the people. People that are for the people, we're gonna go out there, we're gonna touch you, we're gonna relate to your life, we're gonna be hands on, we're not gonna be standoffish. It's not gonna just be a business move. We're gonna sit you down and give you the reasons why we're making the decisions that we're making. Whereas people, a lot of times, people that are businessmen or whatever, their excuse is it was a business move. Take it or leave it. You don't like it? So what? It was a business move and all that kind of stuff. I'm a little bit more softer than that. So, and then whenever I read anything pertaining to children, I tend to vote for that. Like if they're talking about raising some taxes, but they're, putting it, they're recycling into the education system, or early childhood education, all that kind of stuff. That's the stuff that I tend to raise my hand and count mine on. I'm just kind of like that. And then especially when there's women on the ballots, I tend to look into their background a little bit, just what's being stated about them, because what's being stated about them will be fact on the ballot. More times than not, it's going to be fact. About their background or whatever. If it wasn't, then trust and believe whoever that person that's running. Okay, you done put some false shit about me. That it's tort and all kind of slander and all kinds of things. So whenever it's on the ballot, that is fact on whatever it is about them. So I tend to, when there's women on the ballot, minorities, stuff like that, I tend to, be more, okay, I'm willing to listen. Let me hear your story. Let me see what you about, that type of thing. And so that's just my strategy. I'm certain you guys have your own way in which you guys go to the ballots, and that position is your own. It's your own personal business. What happens between you and the back of that curtain is all up to you. All I am saying is, you guys need to truly get out there and vote. There's a lot of things that will come down the tailpipe if you do not. I'm not going to just come on here and say fuck Romney and all that kind of stuff, because that's not my job. That's not my position. He is a man trying to run and stand for something that a lot of people, well, I won't say a lot, but he has his fair share of followers. And, it's all about being respectful to the other side. In a debate is simply giving their points of view in a respectable manner. And a debate is something that you're supposed to come together. You show your side, I show my side, and we're debating. And we can walk away from this, shake hands, you go your way and I go my way, and it's agree to disagree. So, when so many people were saying that Obama got out-talked and he got out-skilled and he got all that, well, see, I feel quite the contrary, because I believe that Obama just, he took the back just like a sprinter. Or, as we were watching the Olympics last couple months ago, and and some of them, they take off real fast and they running real fast, but as they go down the stretch, they tend to lose momentum and slow down a little bit. Well, there's some people that come in and they strategize about their sprint, and they like, okay, well, look, check this out. I'm going to go at a comfortable speed just to stay in the race, but I'm going to finish it big. And in my opinion, I think Obama did just that. He is a Leo, and so he's one that they don't bend and break. You understand what I'm saying? So I just feel like it was part of his strategy to do that. And I'm certain that when he come in, it's going to be all guns a-blazing, and it's going to be on and popping come next Thursday. Now tomorrow is going to be the vice president, debate on tomorrow, and so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I know that our VP, he has a wit about him that I just simply adore. He's one of them quick on the draw people, such as myself. If you say something to me, I'm gonna come up with an answer, boom, like that, and I'm able to align my words in such a way like, damn, bitch, how long did you think about that answer? You know what I'm saying? And it's just something, it's just part of my being. And whereas if somebody asks me something, or it's time for me to go off, or it's time for me to tie one on, I'm gonna string together a whole line of shit that gonna have your ass spinning like, damn, this bitch, how she come up with all that and line it all up with the prepositional phrases and all that shit together, and it made sense. Our VP is that way. Sometimes he can overtalk. I have seen that about him, but you know, the dude is sharp, just like Barack. Barack is sharp as hell. He'd tell you some shit real serious and cold-blooded. You be like, what happened? Yeah. So on that note, I do say that you guys need to go out there and vote for somebody. But just don't, you know, study long and study wrong. Look at the fact that, you know, if you got family members and shit in your immediate goddamn family and they not working, how the fuck you gonna say you a Republican? You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense to me. And so I'm seeing so many people coming out saying that they're Republicans and all that kind of stuff. Hey, I respect you. Hey, I'm not saying that you're a motherfucking fool or none of that. But I'm just saying that to me, it just doesn't make feasible sense when you're saying that you are a Republican, but yet you're struggling or you're going through and, you know, you're staying at such and such house and all this kind of this and that and other. And you know, I mean, how the fuck you gonna be a Republican? It don't make sense to me, but hey, to each his own. So, as it goes closer, I will give my reasonings for voting for Barack. It's a long line. When I speak on my president, Barack Obama, I got a whole line of shit. That's the reason why I'm voting for him. And what a lot of people fail to realize that do not follow politics, what they don't tend to know is the fact that it takes time for certain things to come into play. Just because this man got into office, and I was there, baby, I was on the grounds at the monument, you know, for the inauguration. I was there. So by me witnessing that, and I'm looking at all these just sea of people of all different nationalities, and all this kind of people need help, and people this and that, this and this and this, it was just a beautiful sight to see. It was beautiful. You know, that is something that I will truly carry the rest of my life, because it was like, man, and I went down there, didn't know a soul in DC, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to the inauguration, you know, I'm going to represent my parents that weren't able to see this. I'm going to be there. I don't give a shit if somebody know my name or seen my face before. I'm there. Didn't know a soul. I didn't know nobody, didn't know the streets, didn't know shit about DC, but I was down there. And this time around, I don't think I'm gonna go again. I already got the experience before, so I'm gonna leave that to somebody else that's, you know, want to, you know, see what that feel like, because it's something that you would never forget the rest of your life. But bottom line is, y'all really need to get versed on what's going on in the world, and you need to vote. And I say all that to say how people prey upon the weak and things. And like I was watching the Cheaters and this relationship sense, and I just ask that, you know, my girls get just more versed. Get more versed on men and study these motherfuckers. Because men, you have to look at them as specimens. You truly, truly are. You have to study them. Study their mannerisms, study their motherfucking background, because that have a lot to do with why he's in the situation and he is where he is in life right now. It does have a lot to do with his past life, on how he was raised and reared as a kid, and, you know, the things that he saw and was taught as, you know, as a child. You need to be cognitive of that. If you meet a man and he's 30 and 40 fucking years old and he tell you he ain't never been married and ain't never had no goddamn children, there's a few things you really need to key in on. And stop looking at the fact, well, You know, shit, girl, I'm winning, girl. He ain't got no kids. He ain't shit. He ain't never been married, girl. This is top of the line marriage material. Well, it depends on who you ask. It truly depends on who you ask, because there's so many women out here that's willing to bed these dudes down to have anything, of them. These women are out here willing to do it all to have a baby by a lot of these cats, and so and to be married. I mean, I don't know that there is a woman alive that at some point in time did not want to be married, but that was just a dream that never came forth in her life. So when I look at women talking about, he don't have no kids, girl, he ain't never been married, girl, girl, this is a catch right here. Well, one thing you might want to look at is the fact that, nigga, what's wrong with you that, women ain't out here trying to make you theirs? I'm not understanding that shit. I mean, what is the problem? What's the background? There's going to be a few things that you might want to key in on. Okay, either this man is gay or bisexual, he's self-centered, he's stingy, or he just ain't met her yet. Meaning he ain't met her yet is because his standards are so fucking high. And and it's like smoking weed. You get at it one time and you still trying to chase that same motherfucking high. You looking for that first high that nigga when you was so motherfucking high that you was just on some whole other shit. So see, he's looking for this Beyonce or this or whoever it is that he has in his mindset. But nigga, you ain't even on no Grady shit, nigga. It's like, how in the hell can you have such expectations that you want this particular type of woman and you have so many have not?